Black Kitty, issue number 1. This is from Chaos Comics, or Chaos on the Edge. And this came out in the 90s. Oh, I don't remember the specific year. And I know you're kind of asking, like, why the hell am I reviewing a comic book from the 90s? Well, because there's really nothing interesting out the past couple weeks for me. I don't know. I guess, I mean, last week I didn't go to the comic book store. I ended up just getting a couple of comic books digitally, which I really don't like doing. I usually kind of do those for like crappy comics that I don't want to take space, like physical space on my shelves. Um, and I haven't got to the comic book store this week, and I probably will end up skipping because there's just nothing really there that really interests me. I mean, there is Hack Slash versus Chaos. I still haven't picked that one up. And then there is Red Sonja issue number 2. And I really did like the first one. But I don't know. It's not enough for me to go out of my way to go pick them up, I guess. So I thought, why not read some comics that I actually enjoyed back in the day. And one of them is Bad Kitty. So this is issue number 1 of 3. So this was basically like a little mini series, and she ended up getting other series as well. There was Bad Kitty Reloaded. There was one where she did a crossover with Lady Death, who I've never really got into Lady Death. I don't know. It's just I don't hate the character, but it never really interests me as much. But she did a crossover with Lady Death and Chastity, who I freaking love, and I'll actually probably do a review of Chastity. I actually was able to track down the first 2 volumes of Chastity pretty cheap, so I got those, and I've been reading those. Those are great. Bad Kitty was also in Bad Kitty Mischief Night, and there was another Lady Death Bad Kitty one-shot. But yeah, basically Bad Kitty. So this is kind of the origin story. So we have Bad Kitty right here. Her real name is Catherine Bell, and she is a police officer for the New Orleans Police Department. And basically, the New Orleans Police Department in this universe is very corrupted. Pretty much from top to bottom, everyone's just a bunch of dirty cops. Except for Catherine. Catherine is actually one of the few, honest cops in the New Orleans Police Department. And basically, she is in a cemetery with her partner, and they're doing, I think they're doing some kind of case on voodoo. So they're in the cemetery trying to get, some clues and stuff like that. When all of a sudden her partner gets shot, and she, ducks down behind some cemeteries, and she looks and she sees a bunch of other cops, dirty cops. She basically is on the run because the dirty cops see her. They're not able to get her, but they put the blame of the massacre on her. So basically, because she gets one of the cops, I believe. And yeah, the cops basically, the dirty cops pretty much say, Catherine shot her partner and then shot one of the other cops, and then she fled. So now she's kind of like, the most wanted. So she goes and she hides out in, what the hell was it? I should have kept that panel. Basically, I'm trying to get specific panels to help explain the story without revealing everything. I think she moved to Alabama. She moved somewhere, basically like an RV, like out in the middle of nowhere. And she found a lover, and basically they're happily together. And he kind of proposes to her, and they're gonna get married. And I'm pretty sure you can figure out where this is going. They get attacked by zombies. Did you guys guess that? Yeah. So zombies attack. But these aren't like George Romero zombies. These are voodoo zombies. And basically, they got sent to kill Catherine and her lover. This is the Voodoo Queen, who's basically putting the voodoo on Catherine, and she plays a part in this miniseries. I'm not going to get too much into her because this is just focusing on the first issue. But Catherine basically is making a run for it, and her lover, who's driving this truck, kind of drives by, and she jumps on the truck, and they're trying to make their escape when Catherine is thrown off the truck, and the truck is kind of overrun with zombies, and then it crashes and it blows up, and there goes her lover. So she loses her partner, and she loses her lover to these voodoo psychos, and she basically decides to get her revenge. So she goes back to New Orleans to get, some information and stuff like that, and track down the people who wronged her and killed her lover. When she comes across this FBI agent who, it's been forever since I've read the series, but I think he's on the level, but he's under the impression that she's a murderer. And he also basically, she kind of tries to confess, like, hey, these cops are dirty. And then he's like, well, then what about your lover? Like, why did you kill him? And that kind of sets her off. So she kicks him in the balls and escapes. I really like this expression right here. I like this artwork. This artwork is actually pretty good. I don't know. I really like it. So she goes back to this woman, because this woman right here, basically what happened was this woman called Catherine by her real name. She was going under the alias of, I think it was Sarah. So no one was supposed to know who she was, but this woman kind of guessed who it was. Like she knew her full name and stuff like that. So she goes to get answers, and this woman kind of explains how there's you're a part of this game. There's like basically big forces out there, and you're involved in it. Basically voodoo, and basically the if you embrace it, you can use it to extract your justice. And there's also this cat that keeps following her around, and she kind of tells Catherine, hey, the cat's a good omen, keep it near you and it'll help you out. The cat is basically kind of acts almost like the speaking of like crows and stuff, I don't think that's a crow, I think it's supposed to be an eagle, but it kind of reminds me of crows. But cat almost kind of acts like the crow from the Crow. Only it doesn't give her like invincibility powers or anything like that, but it's kind of basically almost like a guiding spirit in a sense. So yeah, she goes back to New Orleans, and she tracks down where these cops are hiding. They're basically hiding out in this bar. So she takes one of them out Batman style, except unlike Batman, she actually kills her target. And then she goes inside the place and shoots up all the other cops, and she saves one, who she takes back to her hideout, and she basically starts interrogating him. She wants to know, everything about the dirty cops that she possibly can. And yeah, she basically transforms, quote unquote, into Bad Kitty. And that's how it ends. That's just the first issue, obviously. And then the next two issues are her revenge against the dirty cops and then the Voodoo Queen. And it's actually a pretty good series. I really liked it. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to do just a little talk, I guess, about the first issue. I'm going to be doing a couple of these. Like I said, it's kind of funny because I planned on doing this earlier this week when I looked up to see the comics books coming out this week, and I was like, that's really nothing all that interesting. Maybe, Red Sonja, I'm kind of interested in. Not enough to drive all the way down to the comic book store, so I'll probably wait until other comic books come out. That way I can just grab them all together. And then I know there's Doomsday Clock, but I'll be honest with you, I'm kind of getting bored of Doomsday Clock. The last issue was it the last issue or the issue before? I don't know. It started to kind of feel like filler, and it's taking forever for anything to really happen. It's not as bad as Heroes in Crisis, and at least the characters stay in character and stuff like that. But it's just, I don't know. I think it was done very poorly. there's been a lot of delays and stuff on it, and I'm like 100%, not 100, I'm like 90% sure that DC is just going to end up retconning it, because I know it was supposed to kind of bookmark like Rebirth. It was supposed to kind of explain things, and basically the it was going to transform the Rebirth universe, the DC universe. Um, but I have a feeling that's not going to happen. I have a feeling that basically DC is just going to ignore it and kind of put it out as its own thing, and probably focus more on Heroes in Crisis, because I mean, people in charge, Dan Didio, seem to really love that a lot more. But yeah, I don't know. Like I said, it's just I've been losing interest in that. I've been losing interest in a lot of comic books lately. Comics have just been terrible. Like my passion for them are dying. Um, so I decided, hey, why not do first issue reviews and looks at comics that I liked that came out, long ago. Maybe get people interested in, trying to track those down. So here's one of them, Bad Kitty, issue number 1 from Chaos Comics, created by Brian Pulido, who's mostly known for Lady Death. Who I said I don't hate Lady Death. She never like interested me as much as the other Chaos characters like Bad Kitty and Chastity. But yeah, this is Bad Kitty issue number 1. I liked it. Artwork's pretty decent. I mean, it's not like Clayman or anything like that, but everything is well drawn. Everything is drawn well. It's hand drawn. Like you don't have any of that 3D model BS that you see in a lot of comics nowadays. That kind of makes everything look really fake. So yeah, Bad Kitty issue number 1, Chaos Comics, came out in the 90s. I'm sure you guys can track this down on eBay for dirt cheap. But yeah, I highly recommend tracking it down. Hope you guys enjoyed. Tell me what you guys think. Do you guys like these kind of videos? I don't know. Like I said, I don't want to review comics that I know I'm just gonna dislike. There are only a couple that I do, just because I don't want my channel to be like 100% like I love everything, because I don't. But I don't want to be one of those people that's like, oh, you're just overly optimistic about all the comics, because I'm not. It's just I kind of do my research and my homework to make sure I track down comics that I know I'm going to enjoy. But I could, rather than just like grabbing random comics and then reviewing them like a lot of other people do. But yeah, I don't want to do that because I know it's going to be more negative. And I don't know. I kind of want my channel to be just the more like optimistic, positive side of comics. Because let's be honest with you guys, the comic book industry now is garbage. It's dying. You got comic pros attacking fans. You got comics that are just unbearably bad. And not like bad like in an entertaining way, like like some kind of Z film, or like something that you'll see like on Mystery Science Theater. We're talking like just terrible with no redeeming qualities whatsoever. So trying to find good stuff is really hard. And yeah, like I'm struggling to do that. So I figure, you know what? Why not do reviews on old comics that I like. Maybe try to give some focus to those. Maybe get some new fans to read some of these old classics, or my opinion classics. I mean, I don't know how many people remember Bad Kitty, but I freaking loved it back in the day. So if you guys want to see more stuff like this, let me know. I'm going to be filming a couple of these just so I can just do like a batch of them. But after that, if you guys want more, let me know. Otherwise, I don't know. I might have to just switch focus to manga for a while, until hopefully the comic book industry gets better. I mean, it's going to have to at some point. It's that whole, what is it? Adapt or perish. So right now, comic book industry is kind of coasting on garbage. Basically, the model that they're using right now can't sustain them. And we see that with diminishing sales. So at some point, they're going to have to change. Who knows how long that will take, but it's going to have to happen at some point. Comic books are never going to fully die. We might have to switch to like Kickstarter, but there's always going to be comics. Hopefully we won't have to get to that point where we have to rely on Kickstarter to get our comic book fix. Hopefully, the big two will wake up and realize, hey, the people that we're hiring, we shouldn't be hiring because they haven't earned their spot. And the comic books that we're making are targeting an audience that doesn't read comic books. So maybe we should get rid of that and start focusing on the people who actually, are actual fans. But I don't know. I don't know how long that's going to take. Yeah, it's really hard finding some good stuff. So I might just do reviews of old classic comics that I like. And I might just start switching over to more manga stuff in the meantime. But I'm kind of rambling now. Anyways, Bad Kitty, issue number 1, Chaos Comics. Good stuff. I recommend picking it up. Plus, it's a 3-issue arc, so you can get your full story in 3 issues. And I looked them up on eBay. They're cheap. Like you can get the full first volume for like, I don't know, $3, $5. I highly recommend them. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Tell me what you guys think. Would you guys want more of these? Would you guys want me to focus on manga? Are there any good comics out there that you guys recommend? Let me know. But hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys haven't already, please subscribe. I'm trying to hit 400 by the end of the year. I know, small goals, but we're at 312, I think, last I checked. We still got ways to go, but hopefully we can reach that. So please subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the bell for notification. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Feel free to comment down below about anything that I've talked about or anything you guys want to talk about. Please share this video if you guys can. I mean, I have a Patreon and stuff like that if you guys feel like donating, but don't feel like you got to do that. And I always feel weird. Like that's why you never hear me plugging it, because I always just feel weird, receiving money from people. Because I feel like, I don't know, I'm not earning it. So the best way to actually support isn't donations, but it's actually just get the word out. Share this with other people that like comic books. Tweet it out. Just basically help the channel grow. That's all I really would love for you guys to do. But that's if you guys feel like I deserve that. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed, and I will catch you guys next time. Later.